everybody. It is Heidi Kaisen at Hen and Chicks Studio in Conrad, Iowa. And normally we come to you live on Wednesdays in the morning, but I had a speaking engagement, I guess you'd call it that. I was on a panel this morning for the Rural Iowa Summit. Very interesting discussion, but it took me away from the store. So decided to do a little afternoon live. And so super glad to have you this afternoon or whenever it is that you're watching this. We, of course, love it when you're live if you are telling us where you're watching from and, what you're doing this afternoon. We love to always know all of that about you. So definitely put some stuff in the comments if you would like. Today, I decided that what we're going to talk about is about visiting quilt shops, including Hen and Chicks Studio. It's certainly one of the things that was discussed this morning at the meeting that I was at was how important small businesses are in rural Iowa communities. And I certainly know what a difference Hen and Chicks Studio makes here in Conrad. And I know that there are lots of other shops in Iowa as well as outside of Iowa that would say the exact same thing, that their communities love having them there because they help strengthen their main streets. And so I decided that we would feature all the reasons why, or the times that you should be marking your calendar so that you can come to Conrad and see us, see our fun things, have a little fun with your girlfriends and that kind of thing. And one of the things that's so much fun about getting to go to the quilt shops is actually to meet our staff. And I'm going to pull in Leslie. Leslie has joined us. She started, I think you might have to come even a little bit more. I was going to say, Leslie joined us last fall. November-ish. And then had to go back to Colorado for a little bit, handle some business. And then has come back to us now and is definitely a regular here in the store. And you're getting to learn a lot about the long arm. Yeah. Because you do some long arming on your own machine, but now you're going to be helping assist and be another staff member here that can help with the long arms. And I understand that maybe your specialty is bag making.
Sure is. I like making purses.
Very good. So that's great because I don't know that anybody else on staff is I'm going to say maybe as technically advanced in that area as you are. So certainly glad to have you on with us. And she's working in the background, helping us with some different things today. So definitely know that it takes a village to run Hen and Chicks Studio, and I could not do it without each and every one of our staff members. So glad to have Leslie joining us today, even if it's behind the scenes, because again, I couldn't do it without her. And again, everybody that's working here. Okay, so by now, I hope you've got your pencil out, whether you have your calendar or your Google Calendar app opened, because I'm going to list off some dates for you. And then we're going to come back and talk about some of those. So are you ready? Here we go. And of course, we'll be putting more information in the comments ourselves later. And if you do not follow along with our e-newsletter, certainly sign up for that on our website, because that is where we, of course, post all of the information about all of these events. Okay, so here you go. I've got 5 things you need to write down. April 26th, that is Girls' Night Out here in Conrad. So it's not just Hen and Chicks Studio, it's the entire Main Street. So Sheer Bliss will be open with her Benjamin Grace clothing store and something to share at the other end. And that event will be that evening starting at 4 o'clock. So from 4 to 7, what's happening at Hen and Chicks Studio is a mocktail and appetizer event. And I can tell you it is just starting to come out to be a great event. It will be free from 4 to 7. Of course, it's come and go, so you can definitely, be shopping and stopping here. But Ann McMillan of Pampered Chef is going to be focusing on the appetizers, and Natalie from Natural Grind will be focusing on the mocktails. And again, I know it's going to be shaping up to be a great event that night. we would love it if you could RSVP so that we make sure we have goodies for all of you. We don't want to run out of appetizers and mocktails. So I don't have anything to pop up on the screen for that other than to tell you, if you go to henandchicksstudio.com/mocktails, you're going to find the webpage and be able to sign up there to RSVP. And if you're not sure about that, just call the store. Tell us you're coming. We'll sign you up here. Just trying to get a head count as to whether, whether I'm going to have to go do lots of grocery shopping or a little grocery shopping. Anyway, we want you to come and join us for that. The next event, it is June 1st through July 31st, and that is the All Iowa Shop Hop. We're going to come back and talk more about what that is, okay? The next dates are June 1st through August 31st, and that is the Row by Row experience. Another shop hop in a different form. We'll talk about that in a minute. September 11th through the 16th, 100 Days to Christmas. Great week-long event that happens right here at Hen and Chicks Studio. And last but not least, you might want to be marking your calendar for November 4th through the 6th for a special shop hop that is yet to be announced. More information will be ready by June 1st so that participating shops will be able to tell you all about that. So definitely be marking your calendar for that, something special to come up. Okay, so let's go back, and once again, let's talk about the mocktails. Just as a reminder that you can go to henandchicksstudio.com/mocktails, and if you look up in my upper left-hand corner there, it is the address, /mocktails. That is where you can RSVP for our girls' night outing, April 26th through, and that's 4 through 7 p.m. All right, so I'll put that down there. Okay, now, one thing that you're going to absolutely need as you go on all of these shop hops is you are going to need your brand new Hen and Chicks Studio gear. And we are doing a pre-order right now. The shirts are probably going to come in about May 1st. But if you want to guarantee that you get the size that you want, I would encourage you to place your order. We're putting the different sizes up there on the screen. If you have not done comment sold before, if you type in like 106 and it's the 3X size, if you type in sold 106, it pops up in your messenger if you're on Facebook, or it takes you to a link to our website. It is not pre-ordered unless you follow through and actually make the payment. Now, we're going to order all of the sizes and, of course, hopefully have enough extra inventory. But certainly, I know there are some sizes that are more popular, and the more that we know that we can accommodate with pre-orders, the better with that. So definitely you're going to want to have your Flower Power Hen and Chicks Studio t-shirt to be going on all of these shop hops. Okay, so what is the All Iowa Shop Hop? The All Iowa Shop Hop is 82 participating shops. Let me set my book down here for a second. And this resource, I'm going to tell you, is worth every penny of the $11.50 to purchase the magazine. I immediately have us write store copy on this one so it does not leave the store, because it's a resource that we come back to over and over. What you're going to find about it that is helpful is that as they divide it into the areas, each shop has all of their contact information, address, all of that, but also their store hours. And this you can use long before and beyond the shop hop, but it also gives you a chance to do some planning and make sure that you've got your Google map set of exactly how you're going to accomplish getting to all those shops in the 2 months that you've got. So I know it's kind of fun because people love to do the weekends, that kind of thing. So you just, again, how you're going to plan it, and if you're going to make it to all of them or just to the ones in a certain region, totally up to you. But certainly this is the magazine that you're also going to find your passport in there, as well as I think there's patterns. I'm trying to remember how many. Seven patterns in there. Great resource. mean, personally, I'd have 2 copies. I'd put one in my car so I was never without it, because I love also that visual of map, again, where exactly they're at. So when you're planning to go on the shop hop, and you wonder, like, maybe you haven't been on it before, right? And you're like, well, what are we going to do? Well, for the All Iowa Shop Hop, this year, the giveaway is a free pattern. And this happens to be the block that Hen and Chicks Studio has, this particular one. And I'm trying to remember if it has a particular name. And they did not name it. Okay, so this is our pattern. So when you come in and you have your passport, you're going to get this pattern. So if you go to 82 shops, you're going to have 82 block patterns that all are the same size, use the same type of measurements, and are going to be, you're going to be able to maybe make something special with that, however you want to do. Okay, so that is what you get for your shop hop. There's no purchase required to get this. That is just, I'll say, a gift from every shop in order to for you to, as you're shop hopping. Again, you have to have your passport and you have to come in. And we don't ship them in the mail. We can't, like, you can't bring in your friend's book. We've got to see the actual person with the book so that you, everybody gets a chance to come to the store. Okay, so that is something. And we may have a drawing within the store. Haven't gotten that far because it's June 1st. But there's always, there are prizes. The more shops you go to on your passport, the more opportunities you have to win prizes. In fact, we also donate a prize of a long arm quilting class as well as a retreat. So certainly some opportunities to come back to Hen and Chicks Studio again. Now, with the All Iowa Shop Hop, there is also fabric, okay? And I'm going to start with the piece that we have the least of left. So the way we're selling it this year is in either 1-yard cuts or fat quarters. And all I have left of the midway fabric is literally 3 fat quarters. So if that is something that you need to get, that you like this particular piece, again, we only have 3 fat quarters left. If you buy this fabric today, it cannot leave our store until June 1st. So we would process your order, grab the fabric, we put it in process, and then we hold it in the back until June 1st. So, like, if you're ordering online, I'm just going to say this, and you order the magazine and the fabric, we're going to hold all of that until June 1st, because otherwise you have to pay an additional $8.50 for shipping, okay? So if that is a problem, you just have to call us and we'll figure out how we're going to handle that, all right? So that's the midway fabric. It's a very small scale fabric. These are the cows. No, I'm sorry. These are the horses. I said it wrong. These are the horses. I have 1-yard cuts and fat quarters of this. Okay, that's the horses. How about the cows next? All right, there are the cows. Has a green background. Again, fat quarters and 1-yard cuts. And yes, Heidi, that yes, you can purchase the fabric early. Again, it just cannot leave the store until June 1st. So that is awesome. Okay, there are some trees. That's one of the fabrics that's used in our particular block. Find that one? She'll find it. All right, and then I'm going to grab, and I'd rearrange here a minute. There are 3 words. It all has the theme of the Iowa State Fair. And of course, you know we love the Iowa State Fair around here. But then there is a cream, a red, and a blue that are all words. So they say things like Iowa State Fair, Grand Concourse, the Depot, Pioneer Hall. So it has all the words of the fair. And again, small scale. Okay. So 3 colors, cream, red, and blue. 1-yard cuts and fat quarters available. Oh, I did not grab the panel. I did not grab the panel, but we do have a panel. You can just scan that one. We do have a panel that goes with it. Forgot about that guy. This is the, I think I called this one, did we call this buildings? buildings. So again, the red buildings, I noticed that it's got like Grandpa's Farm on there. I see that one for sure. So that's the building piece. We have the campground piece. I don't think there's much left of this. And yes, Karen, the State Fair fabric is made for Jamie. And trust me, she was my first customer, and she has her own little pouch of fabric sitting and waiting for her on the shelf. Even though she's a staff member, she too has to wait until June 1st. But the camping fabric is super fun. And the last one, but not least, is the, let's see, what did I call it? Attractions. Thank you. I knew there was something. And so this one, the way it's different than the buildings is that it actually names the buildings. So it says Pioneer Hall, the old Mill, Grandstand, Horse Barn, Livestock Pavilion, Giant Slide. So it actually has names on them with the buildings. Okay, so that is your all Iowa Shop Hop 2023 fabrics, all featuring the Iowa State Fair. So again, very fun on that part. Okay, so we certainly hope that you are going to be visiting a lot, right, in the next few months. And the next event that we're participating in is the Row by Row event, Row by Row experience, which is June 1st through August 31st. Now, this is a little bit different. This is a nationwide shop hop. So I do not have like a book. It's all online. Everything, all of the shops are listed all online. And how the Row by Row experience works, if you haven't done that, is that if you go into a participating store, they are going to provide a 9-inch by 36-inch pattern for free. And I'm working on this year's, but I'm not even tempting you. I pulled out the one from 2017 because I still think it's awfully darn cute. And so this is the 9 by 36 row. And then, so if a customer came in during their shop hop in 2017, they got this pattern for free. All right. So then if you choose to make a quilt using, I can't remember how many of the rows, I'm sure it's in the rules, but I can't remember at the moment. I think it's 7 or 8. Then you can take a quilt into any participating shop, and the first person to bring back a row by row finished quilt wins a prize. And we participated in several years ago. Then with COVID, they changed things up a little bit, so we didn't. And I love it that they're back to the basics. And I'm pretty excited about this year's row that we'll be giving away, but I'm not ready to show it to you quite yet. Okay, so Heidi, oh, interesting, Heidi, that you asked this. Heidi is wondering if she can get the old row by row patterns. Well, funny that you asked that, because as I was trying to find this, I thought to myself, why are we not putting up the past row by rows? I'm working on it. So absolutely keep watching. We will work on getting all of the row by row past patterns up for you to download off of our website for free. To get the 2023 row, you must come into the store. Okay. So again, you can't, or I can't send it through the mail. You can't download it. It will be only if you come into the store to get that. Okay. So row by row is June 1st through August 31st. So we've got that. And then I just want to reiterate that 100 Days to Christmas is an event we've done for several years, and it is September 11th through the 16th, because the 16th would be 100 Days to Christmas. We have a lot of fun during that week with specials and different things going on. So mark your calendar. It's not that you have to come to the store every day, but there certainly will be a lot of things to be going on every day at Hen and Chicks Studio that you might want to participate in, either in person or online. And again, the last one, again, to remember is to mark your calendar for that first week in November, November 4th through the 6th, as we have plans to work with some local shops to do a fun and unique shop hop then. So I hope you all are having a great afternoon, and that you are getting excited about the beautiful weather. I think that's also what got me in the mood today, is that the weather is wonderful. We don't have to pull on coats, and it'll be perfect to grab your girlfriends, call them up, share this post with your friends to make sure that they get these dates all marked on their calendar as well. And we would love to see you, if possible, at all of them. All right, so until the next time, have a great day and be creative.